I just want to welcome everybody and thank you all for coming. And I just want to thank Unsolicited Press and Summer for hosting me. And I'm going to read some poems from this new book. And the first one I'm going to read is called Zion Unblooming. Army children home from the West Bank, from Gaza, with bandages on their heads. The truck transporting them churns soil to dust. All around, the desert is unblooming. Trees are becoming roots again, then seeds, then nothing. Sucked back down into the still ground. There goes the irrigation system. Pipes have split. Water has run out, evaporated into a dried pit. The sky folds in, its edges pulled into a starless blank, a border beyond all borders. The truck passes, solemn and dark. In the back, live bodies in uniform lie neatly stacked, eyeballs up, brains gone black. Barbed wire curtains we have drawn around cities, villages, settlements. Everyone scatters to let the truck pass. It races through down open, sunny roads, then hits a landmine and explodes. This one is called False Sister. One day, Sandy said, I walked like a duck. I looked down at my feet. You do walk strangely, Mother said. I went to school in black corrective shoes. Sandy pointed, laughed. What now, a brace? My shoulder blades sank under the weight of the chain link fence in the playground. Sandy stomped my newly straightened feet. I tore her hair. Did you know Sandy is an actress on Broadway? Said Mother. I folded my arms. During the class play, Sandy tripped me. I felt the scrape of her boot buckle across my leg. I told Mother. She said, maybe you're imagining things. You might be jealous of her. I ran into my room. I drew a pastel picture of me with shiny high heels and one of Mother with nose glasses and a wine bottle and the door ajar because Sandy had just left laughing and yelling, reeling like a drunk monkey with Mother's pearls swinging from her neck. This one is called Honorable Men. We want to get to know you, to get inside you, to taste, feel, smell your blood. We want to suck all the marrow out of your bones, slurp you up like so much soup, know the quiverings of your vagina, your screams when you come. We want to know the intricate clock of your brain, to take it apart piece by piece, like disassembling a rifle. We want to put you in a box of all different sizes and shapes and shake it up and down and see which way you crawl. We want to put out the light in your eyes. We want to burn your tongue with our commandments. We want to tell you your dreams. We want to tell you it's important to die for your country, and that if you die for it, you'll be a hero. We've come to whisper in your ear, to make you see double, to make you look in the mirror and see your flesh laid bare, to see the maggots eating you alive. We've come to warn you to stay on the right path. We've come to watch you in the still midday sun as you wander through the empty streets and you look up and see us pulling back a white curtain. We make you read to us in our language from the newspaper until your eyelids fall shut. We ask whether you write to your parents and how many times do you write to them? A week, a month, a year. We pry and pry. No detail is too small. We drive you into the shadows. We want you to obliterate yourself so you can come and live with us. Oh, yes, we have it mapped out. You will disappear under the sea like that diver, that English colonel who went to investigate the submarine in the Soviet Union, or we will make you play Russian roulette, your brain an empty chamber, the click ringing hollow in its deserted caverns. You shoot yourself again and again, but the dream goes on. You can't loosen it from you. You can't loosen us. We will stick to you like fly paper, like wet sand, like gum, like dog shit. You'll never be able to get rid of the smell of us now and all your life. Don't speak. Think carefully about what you say. You might hurt someone. This one is called With Mother at the Zoo. It's my mom's favorite, and I'm sad she can't be here tonight to hear it. Years ago, after a long period of silence, I agreed to meet my mother at the Central Park Zoo in front of the snowy owl brought down injured from the Arctic. I don't remember what we talked about. It was a gray, wistful day, a perpetual twilight. The air smelled of snow. We stood there staring at the owl, turning his head above pale feathers and black speckled wings. Many years had passed since we had seen one another, taking those first tentative steps toward each other in a kind of awkward, tender dance. The owl watched with his great yellow eyes. Snow touched our noses like a brush of wings, and we watched the ground turn white together. The next year, my mother moved away to California to be with a new man. When I heard of the snowy owl's death, I felt as if something had been removed from inside me, some organ or other, that the scene of our reunion had been lost in the great shuffle of things. My father's whistle. The door opens, a shaft of light appears. His fingers settle like pollen on my cheek. He sits by my bed, building houses from matches and paper clips. Under his touch, they multiply into citadels, sprawling across his mahogany knees. Under his hand, a platoon of cigarettes springs up, marching across the floor. My father's whistle fills the room. I am a princess, he is my prince. From my bed, I reign over a fat pillow, a stuffed bear, a nightlight, until my head brushes the ceiling and stars. In 1942, I hid from the Nazis inside a chocolate layer cake. I tried on crutches, wigs, and white silk gowns. Every cattle car I slithered through with schnapps and sausages, I blew open with sticks of dynamite. I was Robert Desnos, writing on the memorial wall for the deportees in Paris, while my poodle was being shaved for lice. I was Primo Levi, drowning in Goose Lake while turning loose red balloon photos of Italian fascist collaborators. It was 1942 for 1,000 years. The iPhone showed me Auschwitz on Google. Google showed me the train tracks. It was 1942 when I received potatoes from outside the Warsaw Ghetto. It was 1942 when Elie Wiesel saved the Jewish cemetery in Siget by shielding the headstones with hundreds of white doves. I was Anne Frank's age. I was not Anne Frank's age. I ate every Jewish star, ripping them off people's coats. I collected cyanide pills just in case, and downloaded I Will Survive by Sala Pavlovitz. I rode a bucking bronco into Polish Gestapo headquarters. It was the Russian winter of lassoing Nazi dive bombers in the snow. The panzers got stuck in piles of Rembrandts. I was excited by the idea of disguising myself more than the escape. I parachuted out of a plane on a secret mission, carrying 55 frogs. I smuggled whipped cream pies packed with bullets to the resistance and wrote the words "Nazis Rouse" on top of my fellow fighter's roof. I covered every inch of my house with swelling wedding veils. I had 11 children, and everyone in the world heard the music of their laughter. This one is called Dada-esque. There are never enough pills to soothe the fevered brain. It will happen so fast, I won't feel a thing. My hand shot up so high. Oh, bliss, love again after all those years of silence. Branches strewn along the road, their tousled heads of leaves dragging in the dirt. The words on the page, DNA sequences. Stroller wheels rumbling over pavement while above babies sleep, dreaming of warm milk. Weeds grow over the road, grasses over broken glass. At 5, it is still dark, and there is comfort in that dark. Lose yourself in me. The polar ice caps are melting, falling into the sea. After that came the shadow, blue, always blue. I don't feel blessed. The mad eyes stare in, old boots destined for the big trash pile in the sky. Anhedonia is the inability to feel pleasure. It sounds like the name of a pagan goddess. My hands are black with soil. I sink my teeth into the raw sugar cane. Oh, the time would melt and I could rise from the earth again. This one is called Kate May Gold. Dark fields, rippling leaves, 5:30 a.m. A fish carcass cracks under my shoe. Bird songs burst from behind my half-closed lids. Mist surrounds shiny trunks. Rain droplets shower down. Branches brush my face. Grass grips my ankles. I trip on tussocks, slip in mud. Colors blaze like gods on fire. Golden, indigo,
You hear it?
emerald, ivory, ink,
Yes.
scarlet, russet. Motionless, a female yellow warbler listens to a male song. I want you to love me again, your boyish, high-spirited body twisting around me while dawn shivers through the trees. This one is called At the Roman Colosseum. Am I going too fast? Okay. The wind carries the breath of the dead. Sunlight brushes toppled stones. Yesterday, I visited Hadrian's villa, his marble statues, tiled floors, and pool with the view. Imagine Hadrian, slaughterer of Jews, crowning his boy lover's head with deep purple hyacinths. Now my floppy hat barely shields me from the invincible Roman sun. I sit on a stone, spread my madras skirt. Would I have lived in the Jewish ghetto outside the palace? In the house of a money changer, by the sea with a trader of animal skins. In sneakers, I walk around fallen pillars, cobblestone streets nearly buried by grasses, pipes of a sewage system from 2 AD. People who thought they would reign for centuries. Am I a ruin, my memory an artifact in time? I want the bones of those gone to tell mine how to live in this world. And the last poem is called Hooray for Empty Lots. Give me wildflowers, those sturdy, thrusting intruders. They tumble through the lot, creep the fence, hang over the street. The grasses surge up, only to be stopped at the lot's exit. The flowers claw their way through the chain link, wild and prickly. What developer would dare venture in here without a scythe? The weeds towering sunflower high, and people's discards. Give me a pair of baby booties, a Jimmy Choo shoe, a torn scarf, a used dish rag, the pot over there, still with congealed food in it. What these people ate, what they used to cook their food on, the stove all tangled up in creepers, purple petals peeking from oven doors. Give me Roman ruins, the rubble of Manhattan reinventing itself, a maniacal shapeshifter. Oh, these flowers with their long leaves snagging the rain and sucking it up, snaring the soot, funneling it down into their pistils. Let's hear it for the bulbous buttercups inhaling construction air. Buildings going up all around them, and they party. Give me this jungle which allows me to breathe free, if only for the moment it takes me to pass it. But I return again and again, letting leopard lilies brush my face. The vines and flowers never die. Fires can rage through, but the wildflower